What does this mean? Because 75% of the workforce would leave barely a skeleton crew to run Twitter.
Right. It's hard to imagine that Twitter could continue to operate depending on how quickly this is done, right? It's not the kind of thing where you can just kind of lay off 3 out of every 4 employees overnight, right? So I'm interested to see how this plays out. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we have been reporting there's definitely going to be cost cuts at Twitter. I think we all know that layoffs are widely expected. I do wonder if this is a little extreme, right? What we've seen from Elon in the past is that a lot of his estimates have been pretty extreme in terms of what he thinks for revenue or user growth. And that could be going extreme in the other direction, too, with cost cuts, right? So while he has been telling bankers 75%, maybe it's going to be a little bit less than that. But regardless, this is a really big deal because this is a lot larger of a layoff than I think anyone expected for Twitter, even those who were bracing for them.
Yeah, to your point, Kurt, sometimes hard to tell whether Elon Musk is joking or if it's a thought bubble or if it's actually going to happen. But if it does actually happen, he has ruffled a lot of feathers over at Twitter. Could a monstrous clean-out be a precursor to a hiring spree of new staff?
Yeah, I think, as with any acquisition, usually what you see, right, is the new owner wants to move the direction of the company. So in this case, I would imagine it would be layoffs, scale down, reprioritize the company, figure out what those new priorities should be, and then rebuild kind of in that direction, right? So I would be a little bit surprised if he comes in, lays off 75% of staff, and that's it. It would probably be, let's do layoffs, let's figure out where we want to go, and then redirect it that way. That is my guess as to something that would happen. Although, it depends. It's a weird economic time right now. A lot of companies are doing layoffs and not hiring. So maybe that would have to be delayed a little bit.
All of this would happen once the acquisition is complete. How's the process going right now?
Yeah, so the deadline is coming up. It's a week from tomorrow, or I guess here in the U.S. a week from tomorrow. So Friday the 28th. It is, as far as we know, still moving in that direction. Again, both sides have said they want the same price for the deal, right? A lot of the equity and debt financing has been there since the spring. So at this point, it seems to be that there's just a lot of last-minute deal paperwork and things. I imagine if I had to guess, it would probably go right up to that line. We're probably still a couple days, if not a full week out. But I do feel, everything I've heard, everything we heard Elon say yesterday during Tesla earnings about Twitter sort of suggests that this is moving forward and this is probably going to happen.